All right, good morning, guys. Wanted to run through the pairs with you real quick. So, USD JPY looks like it's getting stuffed on the weekly at that 200 EMA still. It's kind of creeping upwards, but we have like this baseline area that I think it's going to get stopped at, and probably won't proceed past that. Maybe it drops down after that. Just for a quick pullback to go back up. Anyways, we're watching this one. There's no trade that I really want to take at this time that makes a whole lot of sense. We could continue to go long here. I think we stopped out. We agreed to stop out recently, and yeah, so we would have locked in some profit here and here. But yeah, I mean, you can take this higher. For me, the momentum and the factors that are keeping it from going up are too high. So I just kind of want to watch and see what price does at this point. Yeah, and it's Friday, so going into next week, we'll reassess and try to see how it's poised after today's trading. USD CHF, I pointed down on this one, thinking it was going to drop off. And I even had this profit target here, and there was a big drop. That's why. Okay, there was this big drop that happened. So this is a trade that was placed because of the previous market action, right? So I was watching it right in here while I was going sideways. It dropped down. I decided on the day after it dropped down to get in, and I think that's a good look. You know, I think that's an intelligent way to play this, and you actually end up being able to take this down and make some profit. Right now we're break even based on yesterday's trade. We'll kind of see where it goes. Pay attention, try to see if it continues down, if it wants to head higher. Right now it does not look like it's going to head higher based on MACD. It just looks like it's losing steam and maybe will fall. And so if I look at higher time frames, so first to 4 hour, that doesn't look like it's going to go up anytime soon. Daily definitely looks like it's a big green bar yesterday, but it still hasn't recovered from this reversal sign and then this engulfing bar just yet. So I'm going to watch that, try to see what happens here, and I think that we're going to be able to take this down. Okay, USD CAD, this one really fell off the face of the earth. This is today, and I did talk about this. Yes, I remember. Okay, this is the one where I said, okay, this is going to be an early trade, one of those situations where you're in before there's a real signal to get in, so it's a little more risky. But trading this in this way, you're actually able to put your stop loss so far above danger. You're literally above the previous highs, and there's something to that. There's definitely something to that. My profit target was down here, or at least my first would have put an alert in right here. I think we actually put one in. I could have swore we had one in. Maybe it got hit, actually, because I did see that. This is something else. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, let me get back to where we were. Yeah, this one really fell, man. And now we're at the key level. And I think I mentioned something about the key level. Go back and look. But this is a 4% trade, almost 5%. It's a good look in one day. Being able to take that and be in and out. So something to consider, something to think about, something to keep in mind. Yeah, man, that's where we are. Okay, and I'm going to break down the rest of the pairs in the next videos. All right, bye. Okay, so NZD, CAD. You guys know how I feel about this one. Still probably a little bit too much emotionally attached to it. Uh, we're still taking it down. It's kind of, I'm going to expect it to stay within this kind of channel. So when we get back down to this area, I'll probably actually get out unless we have like really, really strong signals that it's going to continue lower. If we have any kind of, how it looks when you trade it, we have any kind of reversal looking pattern down here, then I'm probably getting out because it's just, it's probably time, and this isn't really shaping up to be like a traditional stair step up, then stair step down pyramid type of reversal play. It's a little too sideways for my liking, admittedly. So that's where we are with this one. This tweezer top kind of kept me in the game. It's risky after this bar printed to stay in the next one. I admit that 100%. But since we did stay in and it was a tweezer top, that's a reversal signal. Yeah, we're going to watch this go down. I'm still watching this bar for today. Looks bullish for now, but we'll see where it goes. Okay. Okay. And let's see if we see anything on the higher time frames. This week really was bullish as hell, like super bullish. We bounced off of that 50 EMA, pretty crazy. So that's something worth considering, man. All this stuff, all this, you take all these clues and you kind of come up with a thesis based on it, and try not to be too biased. And we're human. We all have biases and all that good stuff, but this right here is like an almost hit for the pivot entry. But we're still in the previous position, so we've got two positions on right now. And what that would look like is something like this right now if we're out. This is that one that would have been like either way. Maybe got stopped out right here. Maybe not. If I didn't, I'm at 5% plus 1% plus 1, so 7%. And if not, then it looks like I would have got stopped out here, and I'd be at 0.23% today. So whatever. That's how it goes, man. That's how this game goes. Just kind of play it that way. Keep moving. But if you've been following this work and going back and watching the videos, you notice each week we're above like 10%. And so one of the metrics that I've always been told is a good one to aim for is 10% per month. You see? So if you can exceed that, then you're doing pretty well. And exceeding that at 10 to 5% per week, yeah, you're killing it, man. So, all right, let me kill this real quick. I don't want Canva right now. Okay, so GBP NZD. This one's rough. This one's really rough for me because I would have took this. You see how clean this pullback is? I definitely would have ended up taking that. And so it looks something like this. Well, yeah, let me make it red. I had it right the first time. How this shapes up. Try to start writing in position that I would have lost on for sure. I think that'll be a good look. Okay, so yeah, this is a 1% loss. And the reason why I know I would have taken it is because you look at this chart, that definitely, it's been stair stepping. We're probably in on this one, and we're probably in here. I don't know why I didn't take this yesterday or why I didn't highlight this. This is definitely a play. And it would look something like this. And then maybe we aim at the key level, or 618 maybe. Probably 618 to be honest, first. Yeah, knowing me, I would have aimed at 618. As soon as I saw these, if I was paying attention right here, these three, yeah, we're out right there. So that looks something like this. Maybe I would have had a limit. I probably would have had a limit order here. And then if I would have missed that and been watching, I would have taken myself out right in here somewhere. So I'm going to always assume that I did the worst case scenario. So let's move it down even. Pretend like I got out after all this right in here. So 169 minus 1 because we would have got out here. Got stopped out. So there we go. 0.69 is what I made on this side of the pyramid so far on this particular pair. Okay. Anyways, went a little bit long there. My bad. GBP. Ooh, that's so interesting. Shape it up. GBP JPY. MACD is definitely not agreeing with us at this point. Probably want to go ahead and get out of this right now. Rather safe than sorry, because we've been seeing this happen a lot, where we overstay our welcome. Yeah, so this play looks like that. That trade would have been a loser. This is where we're at right now. So where we're at right now in the market, we can get the hell out of there. It's going to look something like this. This guy would have got shaken out. I didn't mention that. We would have got stopped out right here. And that really sucks because this is a 6% trade, which is wild. But you don't win them all, man. And I can't foresee that this huge move, this huge pullback was going to happen like that. But it did. So if I have a 1% loss there, 3%, 4% win here. So 3%, 4%. I'm at 7. And then a 2. So I'm at 9% in my wins. And then I caught an L right here. Yeah, 9% in wins. Minus 2. So I'm at 7. And then whatever this one does. Super interesting. It's still, again, you know, I was taught 10% a month is like you're killing it, you're doing a good job. This is this trade alone is almost at 10%. That's with me catching L's on this strategy. That's with me catching L's. So yes, I'm paying close attention to that. You see? Okay. Right now looks like we are at, yeah, so logically I would have got out at this key level. MACD again. So it's so interesting whenever all the pairs within a certain group, so all the GBP pairs are acting a certain way. It's always intrigued me a little bit. 1% plus 4% plus 1 with the remainders. So yeah, 6% off of this trade alone. More than enough, man. There's more than enough out there. You just got to be patient. All right, guys, I'm going to get to Euro pairs next, and pretty much the rest of everything else in the next video. Peace. All right, guys, Euro CHF. I'm going to run through this one real quick. I think I was watching this to try to see how this this latest development was going to kind of react, and it just blew right through this level. I can't call it. I'm not really. Still, I've got like this mental block about Euro pairs and also Swiss franc pairs because they go nuts. It's staying below this 50 EMA though on the monthly, weekly. Kind of went up above it there. As of late, it's been below it. It's super interesting, man, to kind of take a look at this and try to understand. All right. So yeah, the 1 hour chart, it's a little too much going on for me. Yeah. Really wanted to see this drop off. It didn't happen for me though, which is fine. So we would have caught this L right here. This is kind of what happens whenever you try to predict. Again, there's a price. There's a price to it. You try to get ahead of this and actually make money on the breakdown, on the breakout, the first trade out. And it looks like I had to catch the L there. Maybe my entry was better at a 618 level. So you guys saw me do that with which one was it? USD CAD. You see that? So at a key level plus a 618, and I was able to take that down. Maybe I should have did the same here. Key level and the 618. Except for there's no key level there, I don't think. Let's zoom out and try to see if there's a key level at the 618. So right here in the past, has there been? I'm gonna draw it in and then we'll see. We'll go back and look. So what I'm looking for is for like price grouping, like a point like this in places where it's touched. It's touched right here. It's not really a key level though. It is from way back here. See all this price just touching on that area, barely touching on that area and rejecting off of it. You see how that works? That's kind of what that is. Even this one, you know, that long tail went down, touched that area. This exhaustion type prints right there at that level. I can hold that. This is stuff from 2016 though, like we're way back here, seeing that line hold some kind of weight. So maybe that's a better trade. Well, I'm not gonna say maybe it's a better trade. We're gonna watch it and try to see. But would I catch this L right here from trying to take it down and then go and place another trade right here? Probably not. Probably not. It's not that serious. I don't need to chase after wins, and the reason is because we're killing with the other pairs. That's why you won't want to fall in love with any of these. You can't afford that. There's only one pair that I'm kind of in love with right now, and that's NZD-CAD. You guys know that. And you know, weeks ago, about a month ago, I was in love with USD-JPY. After, you know, as it was developing that massive breakdown. This is interesting because this bar is forming on the monthly. It's kind of like it's really, really aggressive reversal looking bar. Maybe we bounce off of that level. Not 100% sure. But we took this down. We called it yesterday. This looks like it could be another entry. Why not? You know, I just have to have a profit target in mind here. It looks like that one right there. Yeah. Let me draw this in for you guys. Excuse me. I like this. I like this play. I don't think there's a whole lot bad that can happen here. And so I haven't gone over this, but with stop loss, you can obviously go to the whatever green line's there, but you can also go beyond and hit like a key level that seems important. So I'm super protected because I'm behind a 50 EMA, I'm behind this green support, and then I'm behind the 200 EMA on the hour chart. And maybe take that trade if you want to. It kind of screws up your risk reward ratio. And this one, it makes my risk reward ratio less than 1. And that's a minimum requirement for me. So yeah, maybe I pull it back down, and now we're at 1.5. My target is this key level though, as will be my target for this one. So let me go ahead and shape that up. Okay, so I'm at 287 and then 1.5. That's, yeah, it's nice. So we're at like 4%, 4+% on the play overall. If this actually reacts and goes to the level we want it to. So yeah, there's an entry right here, and it just happened like 2-3 hours ago, or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, 3 hours ago. Anyways, that's interesting. Take that just like that. AUD CHF, last one that we'll go over. Looks like caught an L on. Okay, that's how I caught these L's. I see. And then even trying to take this would have been an L. Let's assume that we did. And maybe we go back. Yeah, I'll make another video and go back and just kind of count up for the week. What we might have gotten out of, what we might have stayed in, and what the overall position looks like, so you guys can get a feel for the types of returns that you can expect with using the strategy itself versus having to follow day after day and really, keep up with me. Which I do suggest you do. If you're hearing this right now, you definitely should go ahead and subscribe and follow the journey, because there's value in the journey for sure. I had to learn that the hard way. Anyways, let's see here. I'll stop that right there. I'm just going to say that we're going to 2. This is the extended fib level. Yeah, just a quick pullback here. And then one more trade. These are all red, by the way, meaning I would have caught L's on all these. And that means that we would be at -3% for this pair. I'm just drawing it in so you guys can see what the logic might have been like. Well, I might not have caught it. Well, yeah, I would have caught it out here because I'd be right in here. No reason to lie, no reason to hide, no reason to misrepresent. So, yeah, 3 losses in a row here. Trying to take it down, just like the previous pair, AUD, NZD, except for these did not lose, okay? And we've also made more than 3%. 2 trades, more than 3%. 3 trades, only 3%. This is how it goes, man. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just all about being able to spot the entries, set yourself up for them, and take them. Anyways, okay, I'm going to do a recap. You guys convinced me. Good job. You didn't even have to say anything. I'm going to do a recap video with each pair that we looked at this week, and each one that we actually took, and just kind of tally up the entirety of every trade that was identified. So, all right, guys, peace. All right, guys. So, as I promised, I wanted to come back and identify all the trades for the week. that we might have taken, combos that might have ended, etc. So what we got here is from the 21st to the 25th. So you're going to look at this gray bar at the bottom to figure out where we're at. This is the beginning of the week. This is the end of it. Notice that we're still in these plays, and we can choose to get out. I chose to get out. I said that, once we hit this level and came down like this on this play where we broke this trend line, we should probably go ahead and be out. So that would look something like this. Okay. Overall, so we got a 2%, 0.23%, and we have a 1% loss. So we made 1% on this. If we got out right here for the rest of the combo, there's an alternative here, and that's to hold. Get out. You're gonna get stopped out here regardless, right? And you can choose to hold here. If I bulletproofed, which I probably did in this situation, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. If I bulletproof there, meaning that my stop loss is now right there where that dotted line is, then we might have got hit by this bar, but we also might not have. So if we didn't, then we'll still be in this and we'll actually be where the levels are now. So, and that's with both trades. This trade's probably bulletproofed as well, so it's probably still going to be on. So I'm sorry about that misunderstanding. You're going to want to bulletproof your trades as they start going in the direction you want. So, and don't mess with them. Looks like a 3.8 on that one and a 1.3. So we're talking 5% if we add the remainders as well. So 5% on this, minus 1 because we lost here. So 4% on USD JPY. All right, let's see if we can get to these rest of them. Okay, so one of the things I want you guys to notice, and something that I've been missing accidentally, is whenever we change directions, we're going to take off the trades in the opposite direction, obviously. So what that looks like when we bulletproof these out, we're actually going to be able to pick a level in which we get out of this situation. And that looks something like this. We're sideways for so long, it's pretty easy to pick and say, all right, this isn't going to work out as far as keep going in the direction of the trade that it was in previously. So our exit probably looks something like this if we're a little bit late, which is fine if we're a little bit late. 2.5, 1% almost, and 0.5. So, and these are all green. So that's your that's how much you got for this one. So 2.5. This is this week. 1% and then 5. So that's kind of what you're locking in for this week. I need to be writing this down. Give me a second here. Actually, I'm gonna do it on the screen so y'all can see it. What I got? 2.5, 1%, 0.5. So I got 4. In the previous play, we got JPY, and we're looking at, is there a way for me to make this stick? I'll figure that out later. Okay. Anyways, 4% on USD JPY, 4%, and then 1%. So I got 389,138. 389 plus 138 minus 1, because we lost right here. So we're at 4% for those two pairs. And then USD CAD, we're not going to count this because it's still running. We're not done with this yet. This is a trade that's potentially huge. So we're going to go ahead and leave that. NZD, also one of those that's still running. And we would have been out of this trade a long time ago, so that's not this week. Nothing else closing this week for that. Let's see if we got anything closing on GBP USD. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're still rolling these. And this one's going to be a close call, like I've said previously, as far as if we're still in it or not. Okay. I'll even play benefit of the doubt, and let's say that we did get clipped out of this barely, okay, because of this level right here. Let's assume that we did get triggered and we're out. That's fine. Change the color of this, and I'll take 1% off. Okay. I always want to assume the negative scenario in this game. Okay. Okay, so notice also I had mentioned, breaking even. We're bulletproofing this first trade. The second trade is a loss. So we're still in this first trade. Yeah, let's say we're still in that first trade. We're out on the second one. We got stopped out on the second one. So let's go ahead and minus 1% for that. It's the moment of truth, guys. It's getting kind of scary here. This is on the 14th. Let me get the dates right. So 21st. This trade is still on. Started there. It looks like this joint is done. So -1 here. This one's still on. This one's still on. Okay. And even though I got all this running profit, it doesn't mean anything if we're out of it, right? It doesn't mean anything if we're out of it. I had mentioned on this that we would take profit at the key level. This is how it works, man. This is what's beautiful about it. We got in here, we got two trades. One's for 479. And the other is for 129. So we're 7% right now. Euro CHF, nothing. 1% loss on, let me see if any of these are, no, that's too far back. 1% loss on CAD CHF. -1. And then we got AUD NZD. Both of these are still running. We didn't take either one of those off yet. I've got 3% loss here. One on this day, second day, third day. So a whole bunch of L's we took there. -3%. And so we're at 3.35% on this week is what we made. That's with taking quite a few bad trades. Well, not bad trades, but trades that ended up being losers. Making 3% and then having a running profit of, I don't like counting the running profit, but clearly you guys saw that we have running profit going into next week, and maybe that'll be a stronger week for us. But 3% in 1 week, nothing to be ashamed of, mad about. That means 12% in 1 month if we just stayed on this pace. But you know and I know that this is a low week. So hope that clears things up as to what it might look like. And you guys hit me in the comment section. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Peace.